Hi guys, welcome back. Stuart here. On today's video we are going to be playing Karts and Coasters, a large park hidden in the forest with only go-kart tracks and wooden roller coasters. The objective, to have at least 1,000 guests in your park at the end of October year 3 with a park rating of at least 600. Let's see what we got. We've got cable cars, carousel, slide, Virginia reel, wooden coaster, junior coaster, twist, go-karts and bumper boats, and a couple of shops. Right then. So first of all, what I'm going to do then is put all my research into shops, as I wouldn't mind having a kiosk. Let's have a look at the park. Where's the entrance? Let's have a look. Right, there's the entrance. So we've got, right, so there's two, by the looks, so there's two go-karts and two wooden coasters that take up most of the park. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get rid of everything and then crack on fresh. So I'll see you in a moment. We're into April. I've managed to get all the guests back to the start. I've used the tweezers to move some of the stragglers. The only people now in the park that aren't at the beginning are a little mechanic and handyman. So I can move him now to the start, just to work out the grid. Right, okay. Probably should have done that at the beginning. That way then I can, so I'm going to get rid of that first information kiosk and move it slightly. I'm going to close the park now to get rid of all these guests, and I'll start building my initial paths. We are in May year 1. I've just opened the park. I've built a little twist there. So one thing I probably should do, I'm going to add a little asterisk at the end of there, and then what I'll do is on all the promotional material for the park, I'll put in tiny little writing at the bottom, there are currently no carts or coasters in the park. And then when I do build them, I'll take the little asterisk off. One thing that's I'm finding very annoying is that when I'm building, I'm toggling hide scenery on, and then it keeps switching that off. So I'm having to keep toggling that on in order to see. Now, obviously, one way around that would be to simply get rid of all the trees, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep the trees, because the more trees, obviously it costs to get rid of them, and also it adds excitement to any rides. So I'm just having a look here. I'm going to build like a pathing system along the top here in order to add some maybe some coasters down here and some maybe thrill rides off the back of them. So I'm gonna carry on doing that. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, we are into March year 2. So for the last year, what I've done is I've built a nice pathing system to this side and this side of the park, and I've concentrated on building thrill rides. So I've got a couple of pirate ships, a twist, a free fall, switched to drop, and then this side then I've got a couple of swinging inverted ships, 3 top spins set to beginners, intense and berserk, and then 3 3D cinemas with each set to a different one of the 3 films. I kind of like with these. I like doing in this color scheme. It looks like giant traffic lights. So when I got rid of the rides that were already the pre-built rides when we started the scenario, it gave me an absolute ton of cash. I think I had about, I think my bank balance was up to about 40,000. So I've used that then building all these rides. I've done a lot of terraforming, making it look quite pretty around here. I've left a nice area here. I wanted to, I'm going to build some go-karts at some point. We still haven't got any karts or coasters, despite that's the name of the park. So yeah, we're doing well. We got over 600 guests. The scenario wants 1,000 by October year 3, so we're well on the way to doing that. The park rating is just under maximum. So what I'm going to do now is, because I'm a bit, I've got one eye on the money. Again, so now I'm going to start building some roller coasters. So now that we've got a decent amount of guests in the park to use them, that should bring in some nice revenue quite quickly. And then what we'll do now is we'll start using the rest of this space here for roller coasters. I might save here actually, because the way it's laid out now would make quite a good sandbox for roller coasters to practice building and things like that. Because I'm not sure what roller coasters are going to unlock on this level. We've got these 3 to begin with, but you get them on most scenarios anyway. So I'm going to crack on building some roller coasters, and I'll see you in a moment. Right, so I've built the mirror image. One thing I had to do was I had to raise some land here in order to get the stations to align. So I'll just reduce that now. So simply by having the mirror image and them both synchronized, the excitement rating has gone up. This one here is a bit more exciting. The purple is a bit more exciting because it goes over water. Perhaps maybe a few more trees as added to it. And do you know, that's 4.8 and 4.6 for a junior roller coaster. That's fine. I'm going to leave it as it is. I'm not going to do anything more because people are going to love these rides. Not whilst it's raining, of course, but we can always do something more exciting in future. And we can also use these designs as templates for future to start off with as well. So let's see what other roller coasters we've got. We have got these mini roller coasters as unlocked, and a mini suspended roller coaster is unlocked. I think I'm going to build a couple of Virginia reels. We might see if we can. There's one I built. I think I used a Forest Frontier save as a sandbox, and there's one I built. So the name is Virginia reel, and it fits into a 15 by 4 rectangle. So I might see if I can build that somewhere. That'll probably fit somewhere over here. There, that'll be nice. One thing I like to do is, when naming my coasters, to add the numbers on the end. I use Roman numerals. So that one's 3. This one then, I'll give it the same name. VR. And what that does is it quickly tells me how many roller coasters I have, and also in which order they were built. That way then, if I need to get rid of any or rebuild any for whatever reason, if they're getting old or if their reliability is running low, I can quickly see which are the oldest ones and do it like that. So let's open these up now. Any guests riding on them straight away are going to get a bit of a bargain because I haven't done the price. And get a mechanic to cover both of these rides. I like to, when I build in pairs like this, I like to have one mechanic to do both. I could probably have one doing a few more rides, but roller coasters make so much money that I like to have one dedicated to a pair. Right, so now we are into July. I've got 4 roller coasters, a pair of juniors over there and a pair of Virginia reels here. So if I look at the money, so my money's been building gradually month on month, and then there's a bit of a leap then into June. As you can see from the ride construction, that's when I started building the roller coasters. So from here on in now, we should be earning, the money should be going up quite considerably. The more coasters we add, the more money we're going to earn. So they're the big ticket rides. So yeah, it's just carry on building now. We only need another 200 guests to complete the scenario. The park rating is up on maximum. So from here on in, it's just build, build, build. We are into April year 3. I've just built the first go-kart track. The guests in the park was actually starting to fall at the beginning of the year. It seems to have stopped that, and it's continuing to rise now. So I don't know if that, I mean, it appears to have gone back up when I started building the the go-karts, but that could be just a coincidence. So we need another 100 and just under 130 guests by the end of the year. So we've got plenty of time to do that. We could advertise and bring more guests in quite quickly, but I want to avoid doing that if possible. I can now take the asterisk off the park name because we now have karts and coasters. So trading standards won't be writing any more stern letters to me, and I'm going to carry on building a few more go-karts. We are into June, year 3, only a few more months to go. I've been building some kart tracks over here. So we've got red karts, blue karts, orange karts and black karts. Still waiting for results from them. Quite exciting, not bad. That one's not. It's okay. That one, that'll be exciting as well. But that's fine, we can build more. We were, at the beginning of the year, the number of guests in the park did seem to be dipping. I started building karts, and then the number of guests has gone up. So I don't know if there's in correlation with that, or whether the fact that they've just started coming in because of more rides. Just won an award for the park with the best roller coasters. There you go. So that's an award coming to our trophy cabinet, not Cedar Point or any of the Disney parks or any of the Six Flags. Instead, it's coming here. Now we're quite an established park with a lot of roller coasters. We've got 6 coasters, 4 go-kart tracks. The money now is starting to increase. Back last year, this is where we only had the flat rides, so it was increasing steadily month on month. And then June then is when we started building the roller coasters. As you can see, it's quite a large leap. And then it's been around 6,708. So we're doing alright money wise. Plenty of money to build more coasters. I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to build a few more shops and then maybe do another roller coaster before the end. It is October, year 3, just a couple of weeks to go now for the end of the objective. I've built a hypercoaster. Space is a bit of a premium this end of the park, so what I've done with the chain lift is I've gone from a chain lift into a steep section and back into a shallower section, then into a chain lift, then back again. That way I'm able to get more height than if I was to just use the chain lift all the way up, because with a hypercoaster you can't do a steep section of track with the chain lift. So what I'll do now is I'll show you, here's the chain lift. If I was just to do the chain lift, it would only come up to there. So what I'll do now is I'll quickly build one next to it. So you come off the chain lift, then go into steep, then go back into shallow, because it won't let you do that with a chain lift. Shallow, then chain lift, then steep, then shallow, then chain lift, then steep, then shallow, into flat with a chain lift. Then what we're going to do here is put a brake. Now I've already tested it with the one to the right hand side. The brake goes at 9 miles per hour, so that way as the train comes over that, it hangs on to the back of it, stops it from going too fast down the hill into this little twist here. Now I might have to dig down slightly to, yeah, just to get it to fit. Okay, we've completed the scenario. Just put my name in here. I want to try and finish this track, and then I'll give you a brief tour of the park. Got this little trick on the chain lift to enable us to have a steeper chain lift than normal. So we've used this trick that we've got in order to help us get a higher chain lift in a smaller area. From the top here, the trains go over a brake, and I first set it to 4 miles per hour, but the trains weren't going quite fast enough then to make it over the next summit. So I've raised that now to 9 miles per hour, so it allows you to get over the next summit with the photo section, and then from there then it drops down and it comes through this brake run. Without the brake run, it was given a intensity rating of around 12 and an excitement rating of something like 2. With the brake run, the excitement then goes on to 6 with the intensity at 5. So it's a nice coaster for the park in a fairly small footprint for the ride. With a excitement rating of over 6. Okay, let's have a quick tour. It's just typical that I built the first one with no problems, and then the second one then, when I was hoping to run it through whilst recording, I was having problems building. Okay, so you've got the entrance. I got rid of the rides that you start off the park with. I got rid of all the paths, got rid of the people, and then we built this little section here, and then branched off it and brought some pathing sections up here. Built some thrill rides, and then I built more then all the way along here. Built all these thrill rides. Built a couple of roller coasters. A couple of junior coasters over here. Now, what I'd wanted to do was a little sick there. Let's have a look. Ah, there is someone. There's someone there. Let's see why. He's doing his job, is he? Okay, I have to put some memos up in the staff room. So I built this here with this little, just a simple loop, in order to save it, so I could build a mirror image the other side, and then I was going to go in and edit it. But then after I'd done that and I tested it, the excitement rating was pretty good, so I figured I'd leave it as it was. So those were the first 2 coasters I built, and then over here then some a Virginia Reel coaster that I built in another game, and then just brought it in. After that then, I've got these two mine trains here, tin and copper. With these, the rides don't need to go too fast. Just put some bends in, quite easy, and then after that, then we were coming up to, I think we were coming into year 3, and the amount of guests in the park was starting to dip. So I started building some go-karts, and then so I've got 4 go-karts here, and 1 there, so there's 3 there, 1 there, and the park guests started climbing nicely. And then lastly, then I built these 2 hyper coasters. There you go, and that's the park. It was quite a nice, it's quite a nice scenery. You've got some good rides. The way I've built the paths here, it allows there's a big space then between the path and the rest and the park boundary in order to build coasters. It's just good for, you could save it and use it as a sandbox to practice coaster building. Yeah, quite a pleasant scenario to play on. I think it would be a lot more difficult with if we use the existing rides, mainly because of the pathing that was already there was just a mess. It was just the paths just seemed to be random, with a lot of dead ends. But yeah, it's quite a good scenario. In the end, we smashed it. At the beginning of the year 3, it was looking a bit touch and go with the guests, but then as soon as I started building keep saying roller coasters when I'm going to say go-karts. When I started building the go-karts, then the guests started coming through the gates, and it's been plain sailing ever since. So in the end, we smashed it. So that's Karts and Coasters done. Another scenario checked off. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!